Hi guys, Frank here with Build Your Own, and today I'm going to show you how to wash a Mustang. We're going to wash and wax this 2009 Mustang GT 45th Anniversary Edition in torch red with a 5-speed manual gearbox. In this Mustang detailing guide, we will cover how to clean a Mustang exterior, how to clean a Mustang interior, how to clean Mustang wheels, and how to wash and wax a Mustang. If you find this Mustang detailing guide helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey, listen, real quick before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at my All Mustang playlist. At the time of this video, I currently have 24 Mustang videos. You'll find videos on Roush Mustang, GT500s, GT350s, and even an all Mustang and Ford car show that I went to and recorded. So make sure you check out some of those videos after you watch this one. All right, guys, what we're looking at here today is a 2009 Ford Mustang GT in torch red. It's a 45th Anniversary Edition, torch red exterior, black leather interior, 5-speed manual gearbox. This vehicle only has, sweet Chevy truck, this vehicle only has 40,000 original miles on it. It's really nice. It's got some Ford racing parts on it, like the intake and a strut tower brace. It's got these nice American racing wheels. So yeah, today we're gonna just deep dive in. We're gonna wash this Mustang. I'm gonna show you how to wash this Mustang. We're gonna clean those wheels, get after this interior really well, treat the leather, do the whole body. We're probably gonna put some wax on this paint. You know, it looks good from at a distance, but this paint, it's dry and it's rough, so it definitely needs a little bit of love. So, you know, the first thing we need to do is I need to run down and get some pads for my buffer, so that way when we get ready to wax this bad boy, I'll have the right pads that I need. After we get those pads, this car is a little bit too low to the ground to go to the car wash. So what I thought I'd do is I thought we'll drive over to a self-serve car wash, and then we'll drive up there and I'll wash the car by hand over there. So, all right guys, we're here at one of my favorite discount stores, Harbor Freight Tools, where I can pick up a pad for my buffer, and I'm gonna see what car products they have there, because I'm kind of looking for some Armor All stuff for the interior, but not the super glossy stuff. This interior is really, really, really nice, but it's just really dry. If you look at the door panels, they're really dry, but you gotta be careful with Armor All because it can just be too overly greasy, but they have multiple formulas. So I'm gonna see which ones they have here and see if there's one that we can find. If not, we'll go over to a auto parts store. All right guys, that was a quick trip into Harbor Freight. I picked myself up some polishing foam pads. I actually like these pads and they're a reasonable price. I was just thinking as I was walking back, when I cut the camera off and I got done, I was getting ready to walk into the store. I got a compliment on the car, not even mine. As soon as I walked in the store, you gotta love these Mustangs, boy. As soon as you get yourself into a sports car, people start giving you compliments, don't they? Oh, so they didn't have any of that Armor All stuff or anything. I kind of didn't think that they would. So we're gonna run over to an auto parts store and see what kind of car care interior product we can get to do something about these dry door panels and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get something specific for leather for the seats as well. Okay, here we are at AutoZone. They will surely have the interior car care products we need to detail our Mustang. You know, I was driving over here. It took me about 10 minutes to drive over here. And you know what? I'm already falling in love with this car. I love how low to the ground it is. I love how it feels on the road, how tight the suspension is. I love how it shifts. This car is actually surprisingly easy to drive. You know, sometimes a muscle car with a manual gearbox, sometimes that clutch can be really stiff. This car, it's super easy to drive. It's a nice car. It's a warm day out. The AC's on. A very pleasant car to drive. Nice experience. Okay, that was a successful trip to AutoZone. What do we get in here? Got a wash bucket, because even though we're gonna go to a do-it-yourself car wash, I still wanna wash this car by hand. I don't want to use one of those. I don't want to use the mitt that's there. So I got a couple of wash mitts. I had this stuff at home, but I forgot it. I don't feel like going back, so it doesn't hurt to have seconds sometimes. That stuff was getting old anyway. So we got the wash bucket. We've got a dirt trap to put in the bucket there so we don't pick up any pebbles or anything. I got some cool stuff from Griot's. I like Griot's products a lot. They're up in, like, I think Fife, Washington. And this is some leather cleaner I got. I also got their car, I also got their car wash. That's a big bottle, 64-ounce car wash. I got this Armor All Protectant. It says it's a non-greasy formula, low gloss and everything, so that should be good for the interior. We'll test the spot and see how it goes first. And then Speed Shine. I love Speed Shine. After we wax the car and all that, I'll probably go over it with some Speed Shine. This thing is going to end up looking absolutely fantastic. So now that we've got all the products that we need, let's head over to the self-serve do-it-yourself car wash. Okay, so here we are at the self-serve car wash. I've got all the things that I need for the car wash. I've got my wash mitts. I'm gonna put a little soap in there and I'll soap that up. But before, I'll use the hose, I'll use the power hose, and I'll set it on wash and everything, and I'll go ahead and rinse off and knock off most of the loose debris and all that, and power wash it really, really good. And then I'll wash it down by hand, because these brushes right here, you know, you never know what's stuck in here, rocks, something like that. And I don't want to scratch this car, whether it was mine or this beautiful Mustang here. I just rather not use that bristle brush, and I'd rather just use the wash bucket here. So I got tons of quarters, because you need lots of quarters. I got a ton of quarters. So let's get this going. Let's get this thing all wetted up and then move on to the next stage. Okay, step one started off pretty good. We power washed the car down. I power washed it down really, really good. And if you remember in the beginning, I was talking about how much road stuff was caked on at the bottom. Well, that all came off. So that's great. So the first little initial power wash, we got all the heavy debris off of here. And so that looks really, really good. The car's all soaked up. It's all ready to go. I've just got to finish filling this up with, and once I finish filling this up with soapy water, we'll go ahead and wash this whole car, and then I'll finish by washing the wheels with the smaller sponge. I'll use two different sponges for the wheels, or one for the body and one for the wheels, so that way we don't get any wheel crud on the paint. Okay, I've hand washed the exterior, the entire exterior of this 2009 Ford Mustang GT. I haven't done the wheels yet because the soap's starting to dry, so I want to rinse the soap off. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse the body off, get the soap all off, and then we'll do the wheels. I'll re-wet the wheels, add a little more water to the bucket, and then we'll get the wheels clean. Okay, so we got the Mustang all rinsed off. It looks great. It cleaned up well, but take note at how flat the water is. Notice how the car is totally wet, but you don't see any water beaded up on here, and just a little bit on the windows. You know what that means? While the paint's in good condition, it's very red, it looks great, the car doesn't have any wax on it. And once this car has some wax on it, it's gonna look hot, and I mean hot sauce. And so this thing's gonna be cayenne pepper hot, I'm telling you, when we get done with this. So we've got it all rinsed off. It looks really, really good. The only thing we need to do now is wash these wheels and see how they come out. I haven't washed the exhaust tips, and they're looking pretty good. I'll probably give them a one more over real quick. And then after we rinse it off and do the wheels, then I'll drive it around and air dry it. Okay, we got the Mustang all washed up. We got through that process. The exterior looks great. We do a quick little walk around. The car looks awesome. You know, the paint's dry, right? It's just been sitting in that bay, and the car's almost dry. I almost don't even need to drive it around. And the reason why is because this car doesn't have any wax on it. What I really want to know is how these wheels are gonna turn out, because if these wheels don't get care, you know, if we look at this wheel looks pretty good, but you see all that brake dust in there? Some of that'll come out, some of it won't. You see how it's kind of like, you see how it's kind of still on there? These wheels need to be like buffed and clean. We'll see if I have something to make these wheels look absolutely right. What people don't realize is that when you get these aftermarket wheels, or even have factory wheels, they need a lot of care. You got to get down there and wipe them, because that brake dust that accumulates on wheels, well, after a while it gets so hard, it kind of cakes itself and bakes itself onto the wheel. So, you know, you buy these expensive wheels, you got to absolutely take care of them. We'll see how well we can clean up these American racing wheels, but the car looks pretty good. So I'm gonna drive it around for a little bit, and then we'll bring it back and we'll get started on the process. Okay, so I'm back from driving the car. It's all dried off and everything. It looks super good. The wheels turned out all right. We'll see if we could put some wax on these wheels and get them to shine up and get some of that burned on brake dust off of these wheels. The paint looks good. Like I said, the paint's in good condition. The paint's just dry. It does have a little bit of swirl marks on there, so we'll see if we can get some of that out. The interior is not rough or anything. It just needs a good going over. It just needs a really good vacuum. We're gonna do some conditioning of the leather seats, get these dry door panels handled, wipe the windows. The windows are really, really dirty on the inside. So by the time we do that, this car is gonna come out very, very well. We're even gonna try to polish up those chrome exhaust tips as well. The wing looks really good. The wing, we're not gonna put a machine. I'll do a hand wax on this wing. We'll hand wax that wing. And so yeah, so now let's take a look at some of the products that I'm gonna use to detail the exterior, how we're gonna clean the exterior of this Mustang. So let's look at those products. Okay, so I think this is everything that I'm gonna use to clean the exterior, clean and detail, wax and polish the exterior of this 2009 Mustang GT. You know, I already went to Harbor Freight, picked up my my foam pads. I've got my buffer. I've got some Meguiar's dual action cleaner polish. I've got some other turtle wax back there if I decide to do a two-step on this. I've got some bug and tar remover just in case I think I need some. And I've got some wheel cleaner. I'm gonna do a couple different things with to try to get the wheels clean, and we'll talk about that when I get to it. It's too bad I don't have full shade today to wax this car, but that's okay. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna put some wax on this hood and do a little machine polish. Okay, I had to get everything set up, get all my cords plugged in and everything. I got my buffer plugged in. I got the new foam pad on there, and I've got my ketchup and my mustard, because in one of them, I think in the ketchup one, I have my Meguiar's, which we're gonna use now. And then if I do a hand wax afterwards, which I probably will, we'll use the mustard. The mustard's got the turtle wax, super hard shell liquid wax with the Carnauba wax. I think it's probably got in there or something like that. Even if it doesn't, I love turtle wax products a lot. So with that said, let's grab the ketchup and put some on the hood. Okay, we've laid a little bit of Meguiar's down. The reason why I like to use these bottles is it's nice and easy to lay down a nice uniform amount of wax, just the right amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and work this area right here, and we'll see if we can see a shine difference. I'm not sure, but what I'll probably do is I'll probably end up working this corner, and then I'll probably work till the halfway point, and then I'll turn on the camera and we'll see if we can see a difference in gloss and shine between this side and the other side. Now, you might not be able to tell on camera. I just did this half of the hood, and when we look at this, it's got quite the shine on it. It is very red. It is very torch red. When we look at the other side, you might not be able to tell, but it's a little more oxidized on this left side. You can kind of see it right through here. You can kind of see it right through there. It's a little more oxidized on this side. Like I said, the paint's in really, really good condition, so you might not be able to really pick that up on camera, but the car looks great. It looks fantastic. The hood turned out better than I could have imagined, and it was very easy to do. So even though the paint was a little bit rough, it's definitely a lot smoother now. You can't even hear anything. Now listen to that. Now listen over here. You hear that? Yeah, so you can hear that. You listen over here. Let me wipe my hand. Nothing. You hear that? That's how all the impurities now are out of this side. So even if you can't tell the difference, you can see and hear the difference for sure. Maybe you could see a good shot of that now, because I've done this piece right here and I've done this whole side here, and so now maybe you can see how we might have a little oxidation, a little pink in this hood, but no more. We're gonna get rid of that right now. Okay, let's see where we're at so far. So far, I've just polished the hood, or the roof. The roof looks great. I polished the hood. The hood looks fantastic now. It's nice and buttery smooth. So is the roof. I polished the trunk and the spoiler. And now I've just done this rear 3/4 panel, and it looks fantastic. You might be able to see the shine on this now. It looks fantastic. So now really I just need to do this door and the front fender, and then do the other side. So let's take a look at this thing after I get done doing all the panels and before I get on to the wheels. All right guys, step one is done. I have used the buffer and I've gone around, I've buffed the exterior of this Mustang. And as you can see now, pulled out into the light, it is very red and it's very shiny. It looks very, very good. I am pretty happy with the outcome, but we still have another step. I am gonna lay down a hand wax and take that wax off with the orbital. That way, that'll get rid of any and all swirl marks that I left with the machine. And we also still need to do something about these wheels. We can see up close, these wheels don't look that great. And you know what? I think the same wax I just used to cut through this little bit of oxidation, I'm gonna use to see how it works on these wheels. So when you see this car again, we'll have some turtle wax on the exterior, and I'll go ahead and see what these wheels might look like. Yeah, from a distance, all the wheels look pretty good, but when you get up close to them, this one actually doesn't look too bad. It looks better than the other one on the other side. The one we just looked at was on the driver's side. That one looks a little bit worse. This one doesn't look as bad either. It looks like the ones on the passenger side look a little bit better, but we're gonna put some wax on them all the way around, and I bet they're gonna look a lot better. In addition to that, we're gonna put some wax on these tips, because if you look at the exhaust tips, they look pretty good, but they're kind of dirty underneath. They could use a little bit of love, and to make this car pop all the way, to fully pop and look really, really good, we got to shine up what chrome there is on this Mustang as well. Okay, I haven't put that hand wax on yet because I just wanted to get after these wheels. I was excited to see how they would turn out. Here's one of the wheels, and it came out fantastic. Like I said, I put hand wax on it and I really scrubbed it, a lot of elbow grease, a lot of time, but boy, it sure did come out nice. And wow, this paint is looking really, really good. It's gonna look incredible after I do the hand wax and take that wax off with the orbital. And then I did the back wheels. So I did the driver's side, and the wheels look great. They're not perfect. They're not perfect. I could spend a lot more time, but you know what? They look really, really good. And then of course I wanted to see how the exhaust tips would come out, and so I did the one. And this exhaust tip has come out pretty good. When you look at the other side, you can see it looks a lot better, right? It looks a lot better, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other exhaust tip, and then I'm gonna do these other wheels on this side, on the passenger side, and then I will put that wax on the car. Okay, it's been many, many hours. The sun's going down, but this car, the exterior anyway, looks really, really good. I went ahead and put that turtle wax. I did the hand wax, took it off with the orbital, went around and cleaned all these wheels by hand. Here, okay, it's the next day. Yep, it is actually the next day. It took me until way, way, way late. I was losing a lot of sun to get this paint looking this good. But you know what? This car looks incredible. This paint looks fantastic. This car has a new name, and it's called Hot Sauce, because it looks fantastic. This red paint looks great. The chrome wheels turned out fantastic. The chrome exhaust tips look awesome. Even the chrome GT in the back is nice and shiny. Everything looks great from the exterior. Look across the hood. It's absolutely gorgeous. All the swirl marks, they're all gone. Everything looks good. I did kind of wipe the windows a little bit, but we still need to do the interior. The roof looks good. We still need to work on the interior though. And so yeah, I haven't done anything in the interior yet, so now we'll finish off with doing this interior. So we'll get the mats pulled out. It's got the original factory Ford GT mats in it and everything. The interior is fine. It's not really dirty. We got a little splash right there. The interior is just more dusty, and it needs a good wipe down. It just needs a really good wipe down and a good vacuum, and this car will be done. So let's get to that. I'm gonna pull the mats out and get it vacuumed up. Okay, before I vacuum, let's actually check the condition of the carpet. right? This is a 40,000 mile Mustang, and so I'm expecting this thing to always to look good everywhere. And yeah, even though the carpets need to be vacuumed, the condition of the carpets are fine, just like the condition of the seats. The interior is very, very nice. It just needs a good cleaning, and that's what we're gonna do. We'll see if we can get down in between there too, and all that. So the carpet looks good. The rugs are nice. We got the factory carpets. The carpets are in good condition. They're not too thin anywhere. And so hopefully, the only thing is they're black, but hopefully we can get these vacuumed up and they'll come out looking real nice. I wanted to show you real quick how the rug's cleaning up, how the carpet's cleaning up. I just did this back section, and wow, it looks really nice. You know, I still got to get the front here, but the rugs are cleaning up really nice. Like I said, this is a 40,000 mile car, and I'm expecting this car to clean up fantastically. And so far, this car is cleaning up wonderfully. The paint looks great. The wheels look great. The interior's in really good shape. It just needed a little TLC, and that's what we're giving it right now. Do the interior, hit up this instrument panel, get all that, clean up this, polish up all this shiny plastic. It's not aluminum or anything like that, which is fine, but we're gonna make it shine. Get these rocker sills here, get those all cleaned up, and then yeah, get this stain cleaned up down in here, and just really get everything all wiped down and get a little shine and get a little soft sheen on this black interior. And boy, I think it's gonna really look good. Okay, so the leather seats, they're all done. So I used this Griot's leather 3-in-1 spray that I bought yesterday. We did that when we went over to the auto parts store, and I used that with a little mitt, and I did the front seats. The back seats came out amazing. Look how nice the back seats are. They came out amazing, but you know, nobody's ever really sat back here. Back seats look awesome, but the seats just look good in general. So all the seats are done. I did the leather of the steering wheel. I did the leather down here in the shifter. So all that's done. So now it's time to go over all the interior plastic and make that look a little better. Okay guys, the interior's all done. It's vacuumed. The leather seats are treated. I've done the interior glass, the door panels, all the interior plastic trim, all that's gone over. As you can see, the center console looks way better. You remember what it looked like. Looks way better down in there. Treated the leather on the steering wheel. Everything looks great inside the car. All right guys, hot sauce is all done. Let's pull it out of the shade and see what it looks like. Let's see how nice and shiny the exterior is. Let's see how nice and clean the interior is. And well, you can already see how shiny those wheels are. The rims are very nice. All right guys, check out hot sauce in the sun. Paint looks gorgeous. Let's get a walk around. The wheels look gorgeous. The chrome exhaust tips look gorgeous. The windows are perfectly clean. There are no swirl marks. Like I said, this paint color is torch red. This is a 2009 Mustang GT 45th anniversary edition. It's got the black leather interior that's looking very nice now. Oh, and it smells so good in here now. So very good in here now. The black interior is just impeccable, just impeccable. It's in very good condition, but you know what? It should be. This car only has 40,000 miles on the odometer, and it really shows. It's a nice car. The owner takes good care of this car. I mean, it needed a good cleaning, but underneath it, the car it's really good. There's no rock chips on the front or anything. So very nice car. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go for what I call a victory lap. After I work so much and get a car all polished up, looking all good, I want to go for a victory lap and go cruise it around. So I'm gonna go cruise this car around before I give it back to the owner. So I'm out taking hot sauce out for a victory lap, and well, she needs gas, and I'm at my favorite gas station, which is Shell Gas. And I just had to say, look how beautiful this car is. It's so fun to drive. It looks so good. It rides so good. I just love it. If you found this video on how to wash a Mustang helpful, informative, or just entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.